Alright, it looks like we're running now, I hope. Whew. This is such a sweat time. Okay, so we're going to be doing this African lady today, and I'm going to show you the colors that I'm going to be using for this. This is more like a paint and sip, so if you have friends and you want to do something as a Zoom or so, you know, like a party because of this, oh, goodness sake. I'm struggling today. I'm struggling. And you want to do like a paint and sip, this would be a great piece for that. So, let me show you the colors that we're going to be using. Let me clear this on my screen. Clear, yes. Clear. Yes. Oh, geez. Clear. Okay. Now, so let me show you the colors. We're going to have, oh, well, we can do this right on my palette here. This is cad yellow. We're going to have orange. We are going to use phthalo blue. I'm going to use some gold. I'm going to use some white, which is titanium white. And we're also going to be using some black. And I have to find my black. I don't have that out on my canvas. I mean, on my palette. So let me get my black behind the wall. And it's going to be this Mars black. So, all right. So these will also be posted in my information section. And if you could like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. I appreciate when people like, subscribe, and if you need the tracing, that will be in my Patreon site, which is also listed below, and it will be $1 for the tracing. All right, so let's get started. We're going to paint the background here in yellow. So I am going to get my yellow out on my palette. And in order for this to stay wet for a little bit, I'm going to put a little of my liquid glazing, acrylic glazing liquid, if I can open it. A little tough to open sometimes. But this will help me, ooh, that came out pretty good. This will help keep things a little bit wet for a while. And that's what we want. So I'm going to use my number 16. It's a bristle brush. And I'm going to pull some of my yellow out and pull some of that glazing liquid in there. Alright, so we're going to just start with this up and through here. Now, like I said, I've already got this traced on here, so just to save some time. Now, yellow is definitely a transparent color. But we're going to be adding some of the red in here, or orange, I mean. Oops. And if you go out of the, you know, if you paint inside of these lines, don't worry, because this is all going to be some yellow and orange also, but it's a going in a different direction. Yeah, so if you're ever interested in any of my paintings that I have painted on YouTube, just send me a note and put paintings YouTube in the subject line, because a lot of times I get junk mail and I'm not sure if it's people that watch my videos or what happens here. So I'm going to get some of my orange out on the palette now and get some of this put in here before it starts to dry too much. So I'm not going to even clean my brush or any of that. I'm just going to grab some orange, just kind of lightly go through this with my brush. Kind of almost dry brushing it, you know, just adding some interest in the background. Go over here. Just grabbing some of that paint. Some of that orange is also on my brush, so it's kind of like almost doing a double on for me. Okay, let me grab some orange now. Because my yellow is thinned out, my orange is thicker, it's easier to paint over this. Thick will go better on thin than thin over thick. Don't blend it too much, just lightly push on your brush. You don't have to push very hard. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Maybe just a little heavier here. I can pick up some of my yellow. Just, we're going into that area, but that's okay because that's going to be covered. Because it's going to be covered with the black paint. Then you can do your sides too. This way, if you're not interested in framing it, you at least have your sides nice and sharp. Now, this is a gallery wrapped canvas, which is a very nice, it's a better canvas. It's called the Edge. And if you notice, instead of it being like stapled along here, it's this wooden piece is underneath it, the canvas, which I love these ones. They're so nice. I got these a long time ago, and I think they're more expensive now. So, alright, so I'm not going to even wash my brush. I'm just going to start putting some color into this piece right here. So we're going to start with this brush here, get the yellow, and we're going to put some red up into the orange up into that area. I do have some cad red here, so you know what, I just might use some of that. That might really look nice. It's just a little bit darker than my orange. And I think this might really make this pop here. So we're going to just go down about halfway. Outline this really well. But we want our strokes to go this way. And you can use a smaller brush. Whatever you feel comfortable using, use it. So I think about right there we can stop with this. And I'm gonna just get a couple pieces of paper towel and wipe this off, because now I want yellow to be in there. Kind of transition it. I think I'm going to keep putting some of that red up in there too. Just kind of transition it. Let's get the yellow in first, and then we can work on that transition. I'm not sure if you're hearing that noise on the YouTube. That's from my, I don't know how to get rid of that. I've been trying to figure it out. So if anybody has any ideas, let me know. See, our live isn't going over too well. Not too many, nobody's in here yet, but that's all right. This will still be able to be viewed. We'll go over that again because I want that to blend really nice here. And I want it to be a little darker. This is not a very dark red. So it probably is going to need a couple coats. And maybe I'll go and find some red in there that might just work better. Let's see. In my little space here. Sure if I have anything that might work. I have this magenta. Let's see how that works. I bet that'll be pretty. Let's see what it'll do. This is quinacridone magenta, and it's a little darker, a little deeper. I'm just gonna mix that with my red, red. And I get a really nice color here. It's almost like Alizarian crimson. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's much better. I like that. And like I said, you can use a smaller brush if you feel more comfortable with that. I just like to use a bigger brush sometimes because it covers a little bit more, a little quicker. I want this to be nice and smooth. So I'm going to go back and forth here. Maybe change brushes because this one's just a little bit too harsh. This is my filbert. It's a number 8 filbert. Let's go with that. So I can get around in some of these little areas here. Just kind of smooth it out. We can always go and put another coat of color in here. Okay, let me get my yellow now. Just pick up so it kind of makes a transition. Just nice and smooth. Rinsing that out a bit. Just kind of like smoothing it into the yellow. Okay. All right. That's exactly the way we want it, just to smooth into our yellow. Now I'm going to get a very small brush, and this one here doesn't have, it's pretty stiff, but this is a bright, it's a very small, I don't know if you can see that. All right, so with my red, that beautiful red that we made, I'm going to go back and forth here, if you can see that. Oh, maybe you can't, because I have that down kind of far, and I can't get my camera to bend a little bit more. There we go. All right. I have to remember to kind of put my colors up there. I'm going to outline this with this brush. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of my glazing liquid because it's kind of dry, and I want this to be very crisp. I'm going to go around the ear like that, and we're going to do that up here. Just outline a little bit. I'm going to grab a paper towel, just kind of clean that up. Maybe I'll get one of these Huggies, because they'll little diaper wipe to remove this. And then I'll paint over that, because it's not quite dry yet. But I want that line not to go outside of the painting. Alright, so let me get my previous brush. Clean it as best I can. Get all that red out. Go into my yellow again. Just kind of push that in there. Get some orange. Bring some of that up in there again. Okay, now I'm going to take my filbert again. Go into my yellow. Oh, I better put some more yellow out. Looks like I've kind of used it up. Okay. I used a lot of yellow, that's why I have a nice big tube of it. I'm making a mess as usual. Just kind of glaze this in here. Pick up some of that glazing liquid, because you want to kind of have this as a glaze where it just kind of blends into this, brings it up, kind of lightens like a transition. There we go. Going back into my red. To be nice and smooth here. I'm going to go over this again because it needs to be painted again. It's drying kind of funny, and you know what, that's this paint. I am very disappointed in some of these basic paints. They just don't go on like they used to, and I'm not exactly sure why that's happening, but let's go back into that red, kind of. Now I got the heavy body in the thick body and the Master's Touch because I like the coverage of a thick body and of their paints anyways. Like some thick bodies aren't as easy to work with. But when I get the thin body, it's just way too thin for me. I'm going to add some of my glazing liquid here. Because I want this to go on nice. Nice and smooth. Like that nice smooth look. That's much better. We'll go into our orange, kind of transition with that a little bit. That orange will help us to transition. And then we'll come back with yellow again. But it looks so nice on the screen. Anyways, I'm watching this on my computer so that I can see what's going on. And even though this is alive, I might just disable that chat. Let me see if I can do that. I don't know. I can disable. Okay, let's see here. I want to disable the chat. I guess not. Okay, let me just hide it here so I don't see that. I want to be able to see my painting. All right, that looks very good now, like that. Okay, much better. All right, so now we are going to get our phthalo blue. And this is also a master's touch. Now this might actually be a little watery. It may not. I'm not sure how this is going to work. Let's see. This is kind of old for me. I used to do paint classes, and I had bought this paint for the class. So I'm going to add some white. Well, actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? I am going to do the part here, because this way, when I put that blue on, it's gonna be, it'll pop out. So let me get some black on my canvas, my palette. Let's see here. Get these out of the way. We'll get her all painted in. She is in shadow. In shadow. So let's get her face painted. Now I'm using my filbert. Being very careful with this. I want this especially not outside the lines or anything. I want it to stay in the lines. And I might have to use a little brush here. Let's see. I have these little ones here. I just have to find it. There we go. Okay, so this is a number 2. It's kind of beat up. It's a Simply Simmons brush. You can see how the bristles are there. That's because I've used it so much. And it kind of gets beat up on the canvas. So okay. In order to get in those little areas, that are a little bit rounder, that it's going to be a little harder for me to get to with my little filbert here. Right, so we want to like inside this a little bit because I'm going to I don't want this to have that black background for her earring. Alright, so I'm going to just turn this a bit. See, even if you go out into these lines, or over the lines, the black will cover it. Whoops. So next week there will not be a live. I have to get this book done. I'm not exactly sure how much longer I'm going to do lives because I have to get my thumb operated on also. So there's quite a bit going on right now for me. So I have to see what's going on. With that, okay, I'm going to get it in there with my little brush again. Okay. Beautiful colors together. Okay. Am I in the way? I hope not. Okay, this, I need to get a little closer. Here, oh, let me just use this one. See what happens here. I really need like a small teeny weeny brush. Let's see. Maybe one that's angled would be nice. Okay, and this is just a 3/8 angled brush in order to just get up in there real tight. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna let that soak in there for a minute because I want to try to get that a little better around these edges too with the red. So let me just come down now with this. Okay, so we're going to leave a little space here too with this, but just put that in there for a minute, because what I need to do is just kind of leave a little edge. Let's see here. This is fine here. Like that. All the way down. All right, so we're going to leave a little edge around some of these strands here because we're going to be putting in that blue. So we want that to have a little bit of light because it won't show up very well on dark. So it's okay if you go over it a little bit. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just that you want to have a little bit of light in there so it shows up. Also around her shoulder, we're going to have a little light. Oops. Well, that kind of didn't go well, did it? Let's just get our little white. Make a little line there so it's nice to have these because you can wipe off the paint if you have to, and I can just wipe that whole thing and just start over again. There. All right, so let me get my little filbert again. Actually, I need a drink. Oh, it's so warm in my studio, and I have the air on, but it's just warm. Delicious. Delicious. Okay. Much better. I left that little bit open. So everybody's understanding that you have to leave those little bit of lines because of the blue that we're going to be putting in there. That's where we're going to keep our line. Excuse me. Yeah, I got to get this book finished because I've got 2 to do. And when I go in for my surgery, I'm not going to be able to do anything for a couple weeks, at least 8 weeks. So, yeah, that's going to be something. I'm not looking forward to that at all. Not at all. All these little white spots that are in here. Okay. All right. Now let me see if I can find a nice little brush, that angle brush that I was using. And I'm going to angle that a little bit better in her hair. I mean, in this part here, the red, give me a little bit of glazing liquid. Needs to be outlined dark. Ear and here. Just going to add a little bit more red here with this brush because it can kind of get smoother. I think it'll look smoother. And we definitely want this to be nice and smooth. Acrylic can be a real pain in the neck with the heat. And that's what I'm having little issues with that right now. Trying to blend it and trying to get it to work. So that looks better. All right, there's just that little bit right there at the edge here. It's looking a little shaky. Right here. Okay. Nice and yellow right there. Kind of get a nice edge here too. very good so far. All right, so let's get this blue in here now. We're going to add that phthalo blue, which I already have on my palette. And I'm going to mix some white with this. I want this to be nice and bright. And this is titanium white. So let's see, where can I mix this where you can see it? I think you'll be able to see it over here. Just take a little bit of that. No, maybe not. Well, let's see if I can get it up further. Just a nice bright blue. Can you see that? No. Huh. Interesting. Can't see it. Okay. How about that? Can you see it now? And I'm going to mix some of this in there too, because it just is needing some because of the dryness today. That's such a pretty blue. Very pretty blue. Okay, let's see what we can do here with this now. Let me see. Okay, let's see if I can find a nice little square brush here. Well, this is a number 14 bright. So we'll try that for now. See what we do with that, because this has some splayed edges also. All right. So we're gonna you know what? I want this a little darker. I don't like. I want it a little darker. I think this is better. Just adding a little, it's just too light. Now this is going to completely cover all my lines, and that's all right. We can draw more on with our chalk once this dries. We got to make sure this is all dry first, so I'm going to wait until that dries a little bit. We can work on something else right now. We're going to work on our tree. We're going to get that in while this is drying because it's still wet. And our tree on her hair here, headpiece, is black. It's also black because it's in shadow. These were all in kind of shadowy colors. And I'm going to get my angle brush. And I will get my detail brush as well. I'm going to get a little bit of glazing liquid here. because I need to have this nice and sharp. Come in here again with that. As it dries, you can start to see some pieces of canvas showing through. We don't want that. I want this to be nice and dark. Nice and dark. Oh, there we go. There we go. Get another. If you catch it right away, it'll come off real nice. Alright, so now I need my detail brush. Let me find that. I think I have it in here somewhere. Oh, goodness sake. Alright, let's see if I can find it. Yes, here we go. So we're also going to need a little water in that because I have to get those branches. So here's my detail brush. It's a script liner. We're just going to make this ink-like consistency up here. If you can see me. Let's see if we can get that up there. Okay, ink-like consistency. I have no idea what that noise is from my webcaster, and I apologize if you hear that. It's disappointing for me. All right. I'm going to turn this because I want to come out of here. That. Okay, little squigglies. Very light, and just squiggle it. Very light. Because I'm coming out of this branch, I want to have it like connecting. And let's see, I think we kind of need to have one that comes over here a little bit. Okay. All right, so we got the branches in there. Alright, so we're going to get a round brush now. And let's see, I have this little teeny weeny round brush somewhere here. Here we go. Okay. That's a number 4. Yeah, I think this will work. A number 4. We're going into that black. And we're going to just kind of paint some foliage on the trees, and everything is in black, so you're just going to be tapping it in there. But I'll tell you what, instead of using that, I'll tell you, let's use a nice big bristle brush. This is a number 10, and I'm going in there. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm pushing down those pieces, and I'm kind of like making those come apart. Okay. And this looks a little bit more natural to me. the other way it didn't look so decent. Like, you can put little foliage in wherever you want. Just don't overdo it. Okay, just like that. Well, that looks nice. Okay, let's see if that black is dry now. I'm going to come in again with my angle brush. Let's see. Okay, go into the blue. Let's see if we can get this nice. Yeah, that's better. I think it's not. Okay. And that black, see, it's still a little bit wet. I'm probably going to go over this again because I won't like that too much. I don't like stuff like that showing through. Ooh, see, that black is still, I'm surprised that black is still kind of wet. That's all right, we'll fix that. Yeah, we'll get that. Let's see, because I think what we want here, it's going to come down and stuff, but we want this covered in here a little bit. I just wiped off the black. Just kind of go over that a little lighter. And we'll just kind of put in more, but go over it again because I don't want that black showing through like that. I want it to be brighter. Okay. Now her earring, I want to make that gold. So I'm going to see how this works because I've not used this before. It's iridescent rich gold. So I'm going to see what happens here. This is brand new. It's a heavy body, thick body from, ooh, this is nice. I like this. Let's see if you can see that. Okay. I'm going to get that a nice little, well, I have that one little round brush that I'd like to try to use if I can find where I laid it. Here's some blues. Here's one. We'll use this one. To go around here. Well, I don't like that brush. I don't like that one. I'll use this one. I put it in my water to clean. Yeah, she's coming along real nice. I like it. Might have to make that blue. Yeah, it's not showing up too well. It's very transparent. Okay, we'll make it blue. Okay. And we'll clean up the inside of my black there. Once this dries, I'll put some more black in there. Oops. Actually, let's just do it now. Get some of those little edges there. All right. All right, I'm going to see now about drawing some lines with my chalk pencil and ruler. Okay. Let's see, I might be able to see some of this. Is a purple color in there, so it kind of matches up with this pretty decently. Okay. And I know I'm in the way, and I apologize for that. Let's see here. This here. In there, and I think one is right here where that kind of bends. It's sort of like on a slant. Okay. All right, so let's see now. Okay, before I go on any further, put a little bit more blue in there, right in here. Okay, let's get that a little darker. Let's get some more blue now on this. Still using my angle brush. And this angle brush is a number 3/8, I think it's called. Just a 3/8 inch. She's so cute. Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to go with a little light blue here. Just a little, very little light blue. I'm not really, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. No. I'm mixing just more white in here. I don't want a lot, and it's going to be kind of dry because I just want to give this a little bit more oomph. Like that. Let's see. And I'm not making it white. I don't want it white. I just want to kind of give it some highlights, that's all. All right, and I'm going to do that around the earring also. Just here and there, nothing. Just to kind of round it, make it look round. Right on top. And right here. Okay. Probably need to get some black back in there because I kind of went out of the lines a bit. Getting a little white in there. Ugh, still. Okay. Something else, huh? That's why you have to wash your brushes so well. Okay. I still might try to put some gold in there. I'm not sure yet. All right, so let me get these little lines put in because we're going to do something real cool with this. Okay, I don't know. That's kind of dry now, I guess. These lines meet. We're going to go here, 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 here. Okay. Put some in here. So now this is going to go this way. Okay. This is going to go this way. Get a little messed up here with straight lines. Okay, this kind of just gets one of those. Okay, and this goes here. Just had a little paint on there. Just wipe it off here. Ooh, this is still wet here. How about that? Yeah, that's interesting. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of some of my dirty stuff here because it's just getting me in a place where I don't want to be. Messy. My little Sally's over there in the corner watching me paint behind the brick wall. Oh, this is so cute. I love this. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put little dots in here. So I'm going to use my set of Styluses with, I'm going to have this little size right here. So have you ever done like any kind of, I guess like rock painting, and you put little dots in it, or mandalas? That's what we're going to do. I don't know if my gold will show up with some white, so we'll see. We'll see if that works. So I'm just going to use this, and we are going to put these little dots, if I can. Yeah, that looks cute. Okay, so we'll just be careful. You want to do this nice and slow. This may not be the right one, huh? Right size. Let me wipe it off here. I don't like what it's doing here. Alright, let's just hold up on this thing here. Dang. Okay, let me put more paint on there. I just don't like the way that was going. So, let me get some more paint here. Kind of just wiped off all the... That's alright, we'll let that dry. We'll go down to her dress here. See if I can make it a little bit bigger for this. Maybe I need a smaller one. It might be better to have a smaller one. Let's see if this will work. Let's see how this works. So we're just going to kind of tap these little dots. This is much better. Now, if you don't have these, you can actually use the back end of your brush. You don't have to buy a set of these. I bought these a long time ago. I was doing some rock painting with my grandkids, and I bought these on Amazon. Okay. So let's see here now. I'm going to go right in here. We're going to try to line them up with the ones that we just put in. I was hoping to do this in a gold color, but no such luck. Okay, right here, there'll be one too, but we don't have a connection to that one. Just, okay, now, let's see if we can get those back in there. This might be better. Be able to see them. You just have to take your time with this, not to hurry. not rush through this. Oh, that was nice, that one. Maybe it's starting to get where it's filled up a bit better. You can use a brush if you have a little brush, you can use that. Just kind of tap it in there. I'm really not liking that too much at all. Yeah, I thought this would be kind of neat because I wanted to do it kind of with the gold paint. Let me wipe this off. We're going to start over on this one. Now it turned out real nice down here. Sometimes this stuff happens, you know. Just draw that back in there again. I may just end up not even putting anything in there because I just don't like the way that looks. It's not exactly the way I wanted it to look. All right, I'm going to get my little liner brush, the one that's the detail. I'm going to go into my white. Kind of make that nice and ink-like. And I twirl it around in there. If you can see that. Probably not. Let me show you. Let's see here. Twirl it around. Okay, now we're going to try to connect these. Sometimes it's just easier to go this way. And I'm actually drawing these in. I'm not letting the brush go into. Okay, so this one kind of goes around here. Okay, let me get some nice white lines in here. Nothing too spectacular here, just a little bit to give it a little bit more oomph. I hate when I do stuff like that, but that's all right. That's all right. It's just kind of just easing it up there. Fixing it up. All Alright, I don't know what to do about this. Well, let's see here. Instead of using that, let's try the brush, the back of the brush, or a small, tiny little round one. See if that works better. I mean, it's kind of hard doing this, you know? I think that using the back of a brush is so much easier, or one of those Stylus. At least I hope that that would work. Might be better. Just have to be careful how you get that on there. Yeah, this seems to be a lot better. They might be different sizes, but that's okay too. Just little embellishments. Don't want to get my hand in there. I'm very close to what I'm doing here, so I apologize if I'm in the camera sights here. Alright, now let's get those back in there again, those lines. Okay. Let's get those back in there. Okay. My big brush here. stuck on my shoe. Oh, dang. See, when your hands are messed up, ugh, what can happen to your painting? This is where the details come in. Not too much on anything else. So, it's kind of interesting. Oh dear, oh my. All fun. Painting is peaceful and it's relaxing and it just puts you in another atmosphere. And that's what I like. I think I'm going to do something here that's different. Messed up on this, but anyways, just get your dots in there. If you need to do anything different, just pull out your pattern, your tracing, because really this is the way it should go down. It should be going down like that. Here where I kind of messed up right in here. Just wipe that out. Let me wipe this out and put more paint in there. Some blue paint. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is just not a, this is kind of a disaster today, isn't it? Some days we have those, you know, it's just the way things go sometimes. You have little hang-ups. Something that looks real easy can be really difficult. Not everything works out the way you want it to. That's okay. That's part of painting. Not everything is perfect. Let's get this here. Okay, now, while this is drying, going into my black. And I'm going to put some dots right along here with the black. Right along the line that we put in here. Okay. All right, and then here. So you might be covering up some of your white dots. That's all right. It's part of the painting. Part of the headband. Just adding a little dimension here to our scarf. And I think that's all there is on this. Kind of like there's one that goes over here too, I think. Yeah. Right where we painted. There. All right, so let's get the rest of our white dots in. Wipe the back of that handle. Okay. So let's see here now. Okay, so. Oh, well, I'm not going to do anything with that right now because I'm just going to go over it with the brush. That's okay. Let's see. Let me put a cup. Oh, let me go here. Just a little bit more here. Okay. Now, if we want, we'll try to, let's see what happens here if I put some gold in here. Just for kicks. It's alright. But I don't like it. So let's stick with the white. Yeah, that gold isn't exactly like what I had planned, but I thought that would really bring out some of this. So, there we go. I think we're done. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I gotta get another line of black here. Right here. Okay. Don't press too hard because that's when it really doesn't come out too well. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. I think we have a finished piece. So it's our African girl, and it's finished. It is done. So I'll let you look at that for a while, and you can use a stylus however you feel more comfortable. That's the way you do it. I felt more comfortable just using the back of the brush because it wasn't working out as well as I wanted it to for the stylus, you know. So I'm just gonna sign it. All right. So we have a finished piece. And if you're interested in this or any of my other paintings, just send me a tip. I mean, send me an email and have it in there, the date that you saw the video, or, well, not the date. It wouldn't work because, you know, that all changes sometimes. But, yeah, you can just tell me which one you're looking at, and we'll try to figure it out from there. Sounds good to me. I don't know. Let me know. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you, and happy painting. You always go back, don't you? Just to touch up. Just to touch things up. Right here. I do anyways. If I see something I don't like, I like to touch it up. So, okay. Well, until next time, it'll be a couple weeks, so just remember it will be a few weeks, and let me know what you think. If you like this painting, let me know. I think next time I'm going to be doing an animal when I do come back, so I'll look for you then. Till then, bye. Bye. Oh, looky this. I got people on there. I'm so sorry I didn't show my chat. Let me, before I, wait a minute. Let me just say hi to everybody. Hi, everyone. Oh, boy, my typing isn't very good either. Everyone. Sorry, I missed you all. That was intense. Hi, painting. Oh, yeah. Kinda, huh? Yeah.